What's up YouTube, Honeybee here, bringing you a new Mortal Kombat 11 video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Mileena. Now that she's been out for approaching a week, I've had a lot of time to play her, and I would really want to address this whole question that I've seen a lot of people in the community talking about, whether or not is Mileena good, is Mileena bad, how is she? Obviously, it's still kind of early. There's a lot of stuff to still be discovered. But I really want to address this question of, is Mileena good or is Mileena bad? Now, right off the bat, I think she's good. I think Mileena's a good character. I want to go into a bunch of stuff with her, let you guys know what are stuff that I'm doing with Mileena that I found success with, and that I like to do when I'm playing her, and why do I think she's good. So let's get into it. First off, let's talk about abilities. I'm going to turn off my cam so you guys can see these stuff. Now, initially, for me, low Psy Blast, I thought would be an ability that I would love to equip. Mainly because, like, in theory, having a projectile that's a low that also lowers your hitbox makes it so that you can zone and counter zone quite effectively with an attack such as that. So that's why I was thinking initially, yeah, it's great to have low Psy Blast, but in practice I've actually found that I like her straight attacks more. I'll go into it in detail a little bit later. Air size, I've kind of dabbled with it a bit. I'm not really super keen on it. The only move I feel right now for Mileena, like, since it is custom variations in tournament, in ranked, in wherever you want, all of her moves are legal. You can make whatever kind of loadout you want as long as the moves don't conflict with each other. I actually feel that this command grab, or Stabby Scotch, I actually feel like this move is probably the most useful move in all of her abilities that I would probably recommend adding to your Mileena. Just basically whatever variation you want to make. I don't really see myself making any type of variation of Mileena that doesn't include this Stabby Scotch, and the main reason for that is because, for one thing, it's a great combo ender. You get great Oki off of it, meaning you're right in their face. You can continue pressure with more command grabs or mids or whatever you want. It's also an armor break tool. It's also has a crushing blow if you beat a wake up. There's just a lot of good stuff with this command grab. So I would say the command grab is probably one of the best abilities I would recommend on adding to your Mileena. I also think that her playtime, it's a good ability as well. I've been enjoying it a lot. She does have two brutalities tied to it, and for anyone that knows me, I like to go for brutals a lot, so the fact that she has two brutals off of it kind of makes me want to use it all the time. I also think it's good for extending combos in certain situations, mainly off of your forward 4-3 string. It can be good for extending combos into the command grab, or using the full forward 4-3 1+3 to do the side switch, get damage. You can amplify it for a restand. You get some solid options off of it. You also get a crushing blow option off of the 4-2-3, which can be nice. And the 1-1-1+3 is another mix-up option. So I think playtime's a pretty good ability as well to use. I've seen other Mileenas use it, not use it. It's not really necessary as necessary as the command grab, in my opinion. As far as the third ability goes, I've been experimenting with a couple different stuff. I'm liking the side slide right now. You do get an extra crushing blow option off of it. It is a mid. You can do a couple stuff with it. I don't find it to be incredibly useful, but I don't really see too many of these other abilities being much better. Rolling Thunder is something that can be useful, but I find it more useful for the fact that you can actually do a ball roll full screen, more so than letting her go upwards with the ball roll. I've tested a lot of different combo options with and without it, and a lot of the time the damage output is quite similar to not using it. So I don't really feel like you get more damage output, even though a lot of people have said that you do. But yeah, this move I would love to test more, but it's just that it doesn't let you get your standard ball roll, so you don't get your standard like damage. So I just feel like you're hurting yourself a lot by using this move. Air telly drop could be useful, but you know, it's punishable. Vanish might have some stuff with it, but I haven't tested it out that much. But right now, in terms of abilities, I would say that the Stabby Scotch is probably the most useful one, and I'm really enjoying Playtime and Side Slide in terms of abilities that I'm using. Let's go into training mode so I can kind of show off some stuff with Mileena. Alright guys, so I wanted to show some stuff with Mileena. As far as abilities go, we got the ground side thing, we got the command grab, and we got the extra strings, which lets her do stuff like this. This is the way I'm currently enjoying playing Mileena. Now, the first thing I want to go over is why I don't use the low side. Instead, I'm using straight sides, which is her default. I think it's better in terms of just how quick you can throw projectiles. The fact that it's harder to jump over these projectiles as well can make it pretty nice. It has 2 hits that come with it, makes it harder to jump over, and when you amplify it, those are lows. You get good damage off of it too. So it can be a very solid zoning tool to use these. The other thing that, and the main reason why I feel like the straight sides are so strong, is the fact that you can do stuff like this, and there's nothing you can do about that, and the opponent's going to take like 4.5% chip damage. Has crap ton of pushback, so you're basically safe. Like, even if you don't amplify it, it's going to be very hard to punish. Even though you're -16, you're going to be pretty far away. So you can do stuff that can make her pretty safe, where she wouldn't really be able to do that otherwise. So it can be quite good for pressure, the fact that it has so much pushback. You can do stuff like this as well into it. You can also do stuff like this into it, but that's a little bit of a gimmick. It can be ducked, but you know, it does work to do stuff like that, because it will catch people off guard. But just know that that's not real to do something like this into it, or to do something like this into it, because it can be ducked. But yeah, I just feel like it's great for pressure options. It's great for chip out as well. So I just think the straight side is really strong. The low side, it can be good too, but I feel like the straight side can be really good just to add a little bit of options when it comes to wanting to do pressure and stuff with Mileena. A thing that a lot of people complain about with her is they say she has no range. She sucks. Her mid goes nowhere. It's unusable. Whatever. She does have good range. Like, it's just that you have to be smart with the way you're gonna do stuff. So, like, her forward 4 is an 18 frame mid, but it has good range on it, right? You can go back there and you can do something. Her forward 1. 9 frame high, but it's 0, so you get some options. You can go for a quick down 1 after. You can try to even sneak in a forward, a back 1. You can try to backdash, see what they're gonna do. If they whiff a button, you can come in with your mid, apply pressure. It lets you just get a lot of options. You can get command grabs and stuff off of it. So using forward 1 in the neutral, and then kind of just reacting to what your opponent wants to do next, can be really strong. You can do a forward 1, they could whiff a poke, and then you can just come in, and maybe you don't get a punish, but you get some pressure started with your back 1-1, -6, hit confirmable, fully safe. Like, with the back 1, you're never gonna just do it, but you gotta just dash into it a lot of the time, and it can be pretty useful. Also, her down 3 has great range on it. If you hit someone with this, you're +13. You get all the time in the world to do a quick dash up into your mid, or you can do a dash up into the command grab. It's gonna be it's essentially a 50-50 every single time you hit someone with your down 3, because of how much hit advantage you get. And every time you hit someone with Mileena, like, you're getting 30%. And that's another thing that a lot of people have been talking about, is saying that her damage output sucks. But her damage output, I think, is quite strong. Like, to get 30% for 1 bar, that's good. Doing a combo like that will get you 31% if you want that extra damage. But in general, I would say just learn this combo, honestly. And that's basically all you really need in terms of combos with her. You get a good 30%. There's a couple different stuff that you can do, which like if you get some air conversions and stuff like that to switch it up, because it's not going to work the same way if you hit someone out of the air, for example. Which can be pretty good like that. And just like that, that's already 25%. Like, she gets good damage, I would say, like, pretty easily. Not only that, like, you can also do whatever combo you want into her Crushing Blow, and her Crushing Blow can do anywhere from, like, 31 up to 37% without using, like, additional resources, like another Crushing Blow, which can be pretty good. If you get this starter for her Crushing Blow, that's going to do 37, which is very strong. So, like, and she gets that easy. Like, all you have to do is do a combo with 7 hits or more. So her damage output, I would say, is actually quite strong. Like, you can get good damage very easily with her. You get great mix-ups with her command grab. Another thing about Mileena that I want to talk about is her flawless block up 2, which is really good. It's 9 frames startup, which is quite good. 9-frame startup attack is quite good. So when it comes to using flawless block up 2s with Mileena, here's your options. There's generally 3 that I think of. It's 1 is using an extra bar and your Crushing Blow. You're going to get 35% for that. Your second option is using the flawless block up 2. If you have an extra bar, you can spend it and get about 30%. I'll show you that. And your last option, if you don't have an extra bar after doing the flawless block up 2, you can get about 21%. So I'll show you all 3 options. This is what they're going to look like. First, I'll show you with the Crushing Blow. %, basically, without the Crushing Blow. Now, doing this combo is a little bit tight, but you do get over 30%, just about. Something a little bit easier will look like this, using the forward 4 into it. You sacrifice about 1% damage, though, by doing that. Now, your last option, if you don't have an extra bar to spend after doing flawless block up 2, will look like this. Very simple combo. Just flawless block up 2 into 3-4 into command grab. That's 21%. Very strong. Boom. You can do that if you want to, you know, get an extra 1% in there. You can add a forward 1 after the flawless block up 2. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more execution required because you got to do the forward 1 and you got to do a little bit of a forward dash into the stand 3. But if you do want to go for that extra damage, you got about 22%. If you don't, 3-4 into it will work every time, and that's 21%. So those are your options when it comes to using her flawless block up 2. Another cool thing about her that some people may or may not know is when it comes to this move, the ball roll, you can do something into ball roll. What's really cool is if your opponent breaks away immediately and you do the amplify option, we'll have the opponent set to break away fast, right? If they break away fast and I amplify, the amplify doesn't come out. So what they try to do to avoid that is they do a late breakaway. And as you can see, if you do this and they do a late breakaway, you're gonna still spend the bar. But what you can actually do to counter this is you can actually just do the ball roll, let them do a late breakaway, and then command grab them. And now you just got 40%. So there's a little bit of a mix-up option there. It's going to come down to reading your opponent, whether or not your opponent knows about doing a late breakaway to avoid, in order to like have you spend more meter. Because the thing is, if they do a late breakaway, right, then you're going to spend the bar. You're still going to have frame advantage though, so a lot of times what I like to do is I just kind of go for it anyways, and then I just spend the bar. If they break away, then, you know, they break away. If they don't, then, you know, I got my full combo anyways. So, but that's just an option. Just to let you guys know, you can actually beat a late breakaway, and you can grab that Crushing Blow. 40% for the 1 bar, and your opponent just spent their resources, so that's something Something to know. As far as the rest of the stuff goes for the character, like, I just think she has some great options when it just comes to even crushing blows. Like, she has her forward throw crushing blow. You don't even have to load it by having an escape fail. Just don't jump or get knocked down for 10 seconds, and you'll get it. Some stuff will, like, reset it. Obviously, like, short hopping and stuff will reset it. I think some of your strings that make you airborne as well will reset it. So if you just kind of play a lame game for 10 seconds, zone your opponent, you know, do stuff like that, command grab. Say you do a combo like that, get another grab, down one, grab, and just like that, you've loaded it. So you can load your crushing blow throw by either just doing grounded combos like this, as long as you're not leaving the ground. This isn't gonna reset it or anything like that. You just do combos like that, do some zoning, whatever have you, and then you're gonna have it loaded. You get your forward throw, you get your 30%. Quite strong. Quite strong. You have your back 224, back 114. Crushing blow, all you have to do is do a combo with 7 hits, meaning anytime you combo into ball roll, if you ever combo into ball roll off of something that starts with 2 hits, you'll always have it. That's 7 hits, so that's gonna do it, you know. If you do your floss block up 2 into whatever, as you saw earlier, you can get it that way. It's very simple to get. If you get a raw ball roll, then you're not going to be able to get the crushing blow because you're not going to have enough hits to do it. If you do 1 hit into the ball roll, you're also not going to be able to have it because that's not enough hits. Just make sure you're doing hit confirming something into ball roll. Most likely it's going to be your back 1-1 into it or your 1-1 into it. The 1-1 into it is going to give a little bit less damage though. You're getting 31% instead of 35%, so depends if you want to spend it in a situation like that. But yeah, she has a good amount of crushing blow options. You know, she's just all around looking like a really strong character in my opinion. But yeah, I would say like that's some of the stuff about Mileena that just really good. Like, I think she's a really good character. I think her damage output is really solid. 32% for that. In general, most combos are gonna start off of the back 1-1, I find. And the way to just get that stuff going is every time you knock someone down, you get a mix-up, right? You knock someone down, you're gonna either grab them with a command grab, or you can go for that. Or, you know, you could knock someone down, and then you could do a jump in, right? You do a jump in, and then you go into another command grab, you do a jump in, you go into your mid, you do empty jump, you can command grab, dash up, command grab again, down 1, oh, another command grab. Like, you can just keep on grabbing them, and then once they start thinking like, oh man, you know, I'm not gonna let this guy grab me, I'm just gonna duck it. Well, you got a 10 frame mid. You got a 10 frame mid that's gonna lead into easy damage, 30% every time. Like, that's really good for a character like this. That's really good. And then it's just a matter of just playing the neutral game, you know? Playing the neutral game, using your down 3, get your frame advantage off of that. You get 13 frames of frame advantage. It gives you plenty of time to dash up into your mid. Gives you time to command grab them. Gives you time to go into, you know, whatever else string you want. Something like that. Like, you can do a lot of different options every single time you get some frame advantage with a down 3, or you hit them with a forward 1. Forward 1 gives you 14 frames of frame advantage, so sometimes you can just kind of see that she hits them with that, come in, grab them. You know, you got options. You got options over here. So I don't think by any means is Mileena a weak character, and she gets pretty solid conversions and stuff. Anything she does can just lead into ball roll, which is great. Her ball roll on its own can be a threat by just going for it. Sometimes you can do stuff like doing something like that on block. backdash ball roll if they try to poke and they don't have a good ranged poke. You can get away with stuff like that sometimes. Also, staggering back one can be pretty solid because it's only -3 on block, which is pretty good. You can do that. And then maybe they're not ready, you do it again, and then you hit them, hit confirm, full combo. You know, you can do a lot of different stuff. It's just a matter of mixing it up, a matter of being smart with the way that you wanna play her. But I think in general, she has great zoning capabilities with her projectile. You know, amplifying it is low, it's great. Her movement is pretty solid. I wouldn't really recommend using her teleport that much because the teleport's kind of slow. 21 frame startup. It's not the greatest. You can't react really to much of anything and actually use it. And having to do a double down input instead of like a down back input makes it a little bit harder to use. So I don't really use her teleport that much. I don't think it's that useful. But you can just come in with your forward 1, your forward 4, your down 3. Those are like your best tools to like close the space. And then sometimes, you know, your opponent's going to be scared of a ball roll. They're going to be scared that you're going to come in with something, and then you can just dash up command grab. You know, dash up back 1. Like it's totally a thing. It's been working a lot for me. If you guys have checked any of my Mileena videos, that's like the game plan a lot of times when it comes to using this character. I think she's great. I think she's, in terms of like tier list or anything like that, I feel like it's still a little bit early to say, but you know, I don't know if she's definitely not like a top 5 character in my opinion. That's kind of crazy, but there's potential for top 10, potential for top 15, something like that. There's potential there. I would say most likely I would put her in that top 15 category area, but everything's fluid right now. People are learning stuff, people are figuring stuff out, so for all I know, she could be top 10, you know, and if that's the case, then that's great for Mileena. You know, she's a fun character, and you know, I think she's really good. So keep playing who you want, play whatever character you're enjoying. Don't let people tell you that she sucks just because her damage output sucks or she doesn't have good range, because she has good damage. 30% for a bar is great damage. She has like solid range using like her down 3, her forward 1, and her forward 4. Dash up into command grab, dash up into mid. It's really strong, and you can always control space using your size as well. So just wanted to put that out there for anyone wondering what my initial thoughts are on Mileena after basically a week of using her. I've probably put more than 13 hours into the character since release, which is a good amount of time to have a solid understanding. So those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.